I am about to head out grocery shopping, but I wanted to sit here and have a chat real quick. The car is quiet, the house is not, so I figured it'd be a good opportunity to sit down and talk through some stuff. If you are in the keto, carnivore, alternative health space, you might have seen the drama going on about LMNT. I'm not going to rehash all of the details because I assume that if you are watching this video, you probably already know about the details, hence why you clicked on the video. But I do want to say right up front, be open and honest. And if you've followed my channel for any length of time, you know LMNT has been a sponsor of my channel for the last couple of years. I have been using LMNT. My family has been using LMNT for all of that time, and I have shared and promoted LMNT a lot, and I do get compensated for that. Now, I know that for some people, just the fact that I make money promoting LMNT would be enough for them not to trust or listen to anything I have to say on the subject, and I totally respect that. So if you are in that camp, feel free to disregard anything I say. And if you are in the camp of thinking that I would say anything to make money, I really would hope that you wouldn't be wasting your time following my channel. So the very basic details of this controversy is that a while back, LMNT disclosed that according to their natural flavors manufacturer, that there were about 4 milligrams of maltodextrin per stick pack of LMNT. And that, made the rounds and made some people very upset, and other people said, no big deal. I was one of the ones that said no big deal. Well, it turns out that LMNT, they actually did the work to get their product third-party tested, and they found out that the information they received from their natural flavor manufacturer was inaccurate, and that each stick pack had more like 250 to 550 milligrams of maltodextrin in it, which is a lot more than 4 milligrams. To put it in perspective, it's about 1/4 to 1/2 of a carb's worth of maltodextrin per pack. And when LMNT found out that information, they did share it on their blog. So I, for one, am very happy that there's the transparency now, because I know that people are dealing with different health issues, and to know what's in your food and your drinks that you consume is super important. This issue of labeling and transparency in products is definitely exposing some issues in the industry standard. So for those of you that don't know, there are natural flavoring companies, and that is where LMNT and other companies get their natural flavorings. LMNT doesn't make the natural flavorings themselves, and these companies guard their recipes. They are proprietary, so companies oftentimes don't actually know what is all in their own product, which I find to be crazy. And I hope that that's something that can change. And hopefully the stuff that is coming out now will help make those changes. So there are lots of powdered products on the market, and lots of specifically keto or carnivore friendly powdered products on the market. And a lot of them, if not most of them, have natural flavors listed on the ingredients. And if that specific product isn't shouting from the rooftops that they don't have maltodextrin in the natural flavors, you can assume that they probably do. So if you have any keto or any kinds of powdered products in your pantry right now, like check the label and see if it has that natural flavors ingredient in there. And because powdered products need something to take the liquid and turn it into a powder, maltodextrin is a very common industry standard ingredient to use to make those liquids powder friendly, so you can actually pour. They don't clump up. You can't just take a liquid and add it to a powder and have it not be an issue. So if you are concerned about LMNT having any amount of maltodextrin in it, be aware that many other companies, powdered products also have it, probably more than not. Redmond Relight is one that puts on their website that their flavored Relight products do contain, they say, trace amounts of non-GMO maltodextrin. They don't have a specific number that they put on it. LMNT went above and beyond and tried to get an exact number, even going to the point of third-party testing their product to get an exact milligram amount, but most companies either don't say anything about it or just say trace. And like I said, a lot of these companies aren't even aware that maltodextrin is in their own product. So while I am not a fan of maltodextrin and I think there could be better options available, I think LMNT is being unfairly treated in the situation, as if they were dumping maltodextrin into their product and then trying to keep it a secret. They were the ones that third-party tested their product and put the information on their blog. And at this point, they are working with a lawyer and a supply chain expert to see what they can do moving forward, because they were given false information by their natural flavor company. So like I said, I'm hopeful that all of this hullabaloo will lead to good things moving forward, maybe some changing of the industry standard. And I do have to give big kudos to Keto Chow on this front. They have shown that you can be a trailblazer and you can stomp your feet and you can make changes. And I am hopeful that other companies like LMNT will follow in their footsteps and, stomp their feet in the same way. And hopefully there can be some bigger change in the industry. So as it stands right now, I am personally not concerned about the 1/4 to 1/2 of a carb coming from maltodextrin in the element that I consume. My health is at a place where I don't have to worry about those tiny, tiny amounts of less ideal things, but I do know that other people have different health issues. And like I said at the beginning, I'm really happy that the transparency is there now so everyone can make a decision about what's right for their own body. And I do want to remind everybody that LMNT has always had a 100% no questions asked money back guarantee. So if you ever were to try the product and find that it did spike your blood sugar or you had some kind of a reaction that you weren't expecting, they do offer that refund. I have tested LMNT while wearing a CGM many, many times, and I've never had any issue whatsoever. So I personally am confident that the small amount of maltodextrin is not impacting me negatively. So I personally will continue to use it. My family uses it as well. I will also continue to promote it because I think it is a really good option for a lot of people. For me, the benefits have way outweighed any negative that might be possible. And while doing that, I will also hope that, like I said, the industry standard will continue to change and transparency will become more of a norm, and that we all can be better informed about what is in the food we eat. So while I choose to continue to use LMNT's products, I totally respect those that don't. I love that we live in a country where we get to decide what we put in our own bodies. But I am saddened by the vitriol I have seen in the community against LMNT. Let's keep in mind that LMNT is 1,000% better than the dye and high fructose corn syrup laden electrolyte drinks that are what most Americans are drinking these days. And as the alternative health community, I wish that we would lift each other up and help each other to be better rather than tearing each other down when something less than perfect is revealed. I think this kind of trashing and vitriol inside the alternative health space actually moves the needle in the wrong direction as far as the health of America and the Western world. We have so much that we can unite behind as a common goal that really we should all be on the same team. Last thing I'll mention real quick, those of you that are taking LMNT that you have already purchased and throwing it into the trash, please consider donating it to a food bank. There are lots of people who can't afford to eat perfectly, and an electrolyte supplement like LMNT, even with the small amount of maltodextrin, could be a really big benefit to those people.